We are tracking news from the World Cup now. PCB chairman Mohsen Naqvi recently sat down for several hours with ICC deputy chairman Imran Khwaja and senior officials in Lahore. He went in with 5 specific demands: bigger revenue from India, Pakistan matches, resumption of bilateral series and guarantees after the Asia Cup final drama. In that final, India had refused to take the trophy or medals from his hands. So Naqvi had to pick it up himself and walk off. Every single demand was rejected. When he came out of the meeting, the cameras were waiting and he was questioned directly about the whole India boycott episode. The boycott threat itself, which had come from the Pakistan government just days earlier, was quietly dropped after further talks, government intervention and requests from Bangladesh and other boards. Now, Mohsen Naqvi faced an awkward moment when he was questioned about Pakistan's decision to withdraw its boycott threat against the India match at the T20 World Cup. The exchange took place just hours before the Pakistan government confirmed the withdrawal of the boycott threat. Let's in fact take a look at what that threat is. So, when we are looking at these various threats that the Pakistan in fact had been putting into place, let's look at those statements and let's look at how Mohsen Naqvi was in fact questioned. So, this person, he's a reporter, he's a YouTuber, he is in fact present outside the venue where the meeting was held. He asks Mohsen Naqvi, did you manage to convince the ICC to meet PCB's demands? And what does Naqvi reply with? He says the decision will be taken in a while. Then he asks, so will it be good news? Because Pakistan is expecting some sort of good news. They have been holding their position over the past few days. You must have, Naqvi replies that you must have seen Bangladesh's statement. So he is in fact referring to another statement by Bangladesh. Bangladesh has requested that Pakistan play the match clearly. So their issues have been resolved and this is why that they had made this request. So he is now turning the entire controversy on its head. He is saying that Bangladesh has requested them to pay, so since their issues have been resolved, we will play. Now the journalist is actually pressing on the PCB's demands, because that's what the reports were coming in, that the PCB had put certain demands in place. But then Naqvi says that we took a stand for Bangladesh. It was their matter. We didn't do anything for ourselves. A very selfless Pakistan in fact coming to the fore over here, because Naqvi is saying that everything that happened was because they did it for Bangladesh, they did it for their friends. But let's in fact discuss this further with our guests who are joining us on the broadcast. Mr. Sunil Yashkalra, cricket scholar; Noel David, former Indian cricketer; Tos Rizvi, senior sports journalist. Thank you all for joining us on the broadcast to discuss this matter. Let me in fact first go across to Mr. Kalra on this very humiliating moment, if I can say so, for the PCB chief over there, Mr. Kalra.
Well, absolutely. If you look at it, what is this solidarity thing? What is this brotherhood? I mean, you are in a World Cup to compete, play and win against a country, not to show solidarity. You've not come in a candlelit march to give support to someone. Your job is to go out, play, win the match, win the trophy, and get yourselves up. Here, what I'm getting a feeling is that they're all fighting for freedom struggle from the ICC, and they're talking about things that we did not even hear. Ask Noel David. He's an international cricket player. He knows when to shake hands, what is the importance of being in the zone and competing at the highest level. Here, I think they've lost not only the plot, but they've lost the entire sense of direction that needs. Over to you.
Absolutely. In fact, Mr. David, you know, the journalist kept pressing on. He kept asking Mr. Naqvi, if PCB's demands were met, if any of the demands were met, if there is some kind of good news for Pakistan, because there seems to be no point for Pakistan to be involved in such a long drawn controversy if it was just doing this for Bangladesh to in the end say, please go ahead and play the match.
Don't you think they made themselves a fool of themselves, first of all? Okay, and they made a fool of Bangladesh. I was just reading where the head coach of the Bangladesh, Mr. Phil Simmons, was saying, you know, it is our misfortune that we couldn't go to India to play the World Cup. I feel we have been fooled. The same people who had previously refused to go to India are now willing to play against India for a small sum of money. So you can imagine what Pakistan board is all about. Okay, they have, you know, they should be ashamed of themselves first, you know, bending down now. And even Afridi, the person who was quoting so much, was saying so much, Shahid Afridi, he even quoted saying, you know, I have no face to go onto the ground or to face anybody now what Mohsen Naqvi have you know, done, and at last agreeing to play against the Indians. So you can imagine what Mohsen Naqvi is all about and Pakistan board is all about. You know, they can change the mindset, and it's not the first time. It has been done in previous when this thing also. So I think this is they play this game only to get attention from everybody. They play it, and the last moment, you know, they wash their hands up, you know, and lift their hands and saying, you know, we tried to do something for Bangladesh or any other country, and then, you know, that's it. That's what Pakistan is all about. So I'm so thrilled that they had to bend down to ICC, which is the highest, you know, cricketing board in the world. And I think I appreciate the administration, especially, you know, Jai Shah sir, others who have stood to their verdict and said, you want to play, you play, you don't want to play, thank you very much, you can sit at home.
Absolutely. In fact, let me also rope in Mr. Rizvi on this. Sir, how are you looking at this entire situation? We have been discussing this since the controversy erupted, and we had, in fact, you know, this was a bluff that everyone called out, that in the end, Pakistan will obviously play that match. And that's what happened.
10 days ago, we had a similar show on Pakistan when they had, you know, asked to, when they were promised to pull out of the World Cup, and then followed by pulling out of the match against Pakistan. And I had said the same thing. Pakistan won't pull out. They will be playing the match. They will bend their knees. I mean, Pakistan has become so predictable. I mean, on the field, they are known as an unpredictable team who can throw surprises, who can win the World Cup, who can win the matches from anywhere. But off the field, they have become very, very predictable. Everybody knew that these guys at the end of the day will go and play the match. They will give an excuse. It's become a narrative war for Pakistan. And that is what they have been playing over the time. Whether you talk about geopolitics, whether you talk about cricket politics, they have become a sham. I mean, you have stabbed Bangladesh completely from behind. You force them to pull out of the tournament, boycott the tournament, and now you come out with a narrative where you want to show solidarity with Bangladesh by when they have requested, okay, the ecosystem of cricket ecosystem should not be affected. So Bangladesh has asked us to play, so we are playing. So this is a sham. Pakistan has become a sham, unfortunately. But you know what? They are winning the narrative war because they have forced ICC to come and requested multiple times. ICC has gone to Bangladesh. They have requested. They have gone all the way to meet Pakistan to know their demands. Why are they not playing? ICC should have snubbed. If they were really serious, they should have snubbed Pakistan. They should have snubbed Bangladesh. They should have taught these teams a lesson. See, at the end of the day, they are snubbing a world body. But again, ICC should not have entertained their request. They should not have, gone out there all out to convince them, okay, bhai, please khel lo aake. I mean, it's an important game. Pakistan, Bangladesh. They should have taken a strict action. They should have sanctioned the team. Now, Bangladesh is not being sanctioned. The reports are coming out. ICC is saying they are not going to sanction. They are going to stay with Bangladesh is going to play a tournament in future. Pakistan is going to play against India. They have been convinced. So what exactly happened? I don't know. I mean, this was a completely narrative war. I mean, I would say Pakistan has been doing this for a long time. Whether you talk about the Asia Cup, whether you talk about whatever happened before that as well, you talk about the handshakes. I mean, all these small issues are being taken up just to win the narrative war. Forget about the game on field. They are not winning it. They will lose this game. But again, some way or the other, they are happy winning. That there is some kind of sadistic pleasure that they get trouble to by troubling cricketing nations ICC, which is sad.
Absolutely. In fact, when we're talking about this